the Supreme Court has issued a ruling that puts long-standing state gun restrictions under serious legal pressure. This wasn't a normal Supreme Court day. No long hearings, no months of arguments, just a powerful ruling that instantly put several state gun restrictions under question. Across the U.S., lawmakers, courts, and gun owners are now asking the same thing. Is the balance of power shifting back to the Constitution? In this video, we'll break down what the Supreme Court ruled, why it matters, and what could happen next. What the Supreme Court actually did. The Supreme Court did not rewrite gun laws overnight. However, the ruling sent a message that was extremely clear. The court chose guidance rather than immediate legal overhaul. This approach signaled restraint combined with firm constitutional direction. States were reminded constitutional limits cannot be ignored. Firearm regulations must operate within clearly defined legal boundaries. The Second Amendment remains a central reference point. Justices emphasized consistency with constitutional text and history. Historical legal standards were highlighted as essential benchmarks. Modern laws must connect to established legal traditions. The ruling followed recent cases expanding firearm restrictions. Many states increased limits on where firearms could be carried. Some restrictions lacked strong historical support. The court expressed concern over unsupported regulatory expansions. This action places lower courts under closer review. Judges must now apply stricter constitutional analysis. Broad discretion in approving restrictions may no longer stand. State governments face increased legal accountability. Firearm laws must be carefully crafted moving forward. Courts are expected to demand stronger legal justification. Weakly supported laws may face rapid legal challenges. The ruling encourages disciplined and precise lawmaking. States may need to reassess existing firearm regulations. Future cases will test how far states can regulate. Lower court decisions may vary during this transition. Conflicting rulings could reach the Supreme Court again. Judicial scrutiny is now more intense than before. This signals a shift in constitutional enforcement. Gun law interpretation is becoming more standardized nationwide. Overall, constitutional tests now carry greater legal weight. Why this ruling is a big deal for states? For many states, this ruling acts as a serious legal warning. Several states relied heavily on broad and expansive gun control frameworks. California has enforced wide sensitive place restrictions for firearm carry. New York implemented strict location-based limits on lawful gun possession. Hawaii also adopted aggressive firearm carry and permit regulations. These laws expanded rapidly following earlier court uncertainty. The Supreme Court is now questioning whether such limits exceed authority. Justices are examining how far states can restrict constitutional rights. The core issue remains uniform application of constitutional protections. Rights are not meant to change simply when crossing state borders. The court is reinforcing consistency across federal constitutional interpretation. States must justify restrictions using historical and legal foundations. Broad assumptions alone may no longer support firearm regulations. Lower courts are now expected to apply stricter constitutional scrutiny. This ruling pressures states to review existing firearm policies carefully. Some restrictions may require revision to survive legal challenges. Other laws could face temporary pauses during court review. Federal courts may see increased challenges to state gun statutes. States will need stronger legal defenses moving forward. Lawmakers are encouraged to draft narrower, well-supported regulations. Political messaging alone cannot replace constitutional justification. This shift increases accountability at both state and judicial levels. Firearm policy debates now move deeper into constitutional analysis. States may adjust strategies to avoid costly legal defeats. Overall, state gun laws are no longer automatically protected. What this means for gun owners and citizens. For gun owners, this ruling delivers legal clarity rather than nationwide confusion. The decision reduces uncertainty caused by conflicting firearm regulations. Many gun owners struggle to understand differing state enforcement standards. The court aims to simplify how constitutional rights are applied. This ruling does not eliminate all firearm-related laws. Instead, it reinforces limits on how far regulations can go. Laws must respect constitutional boundaries when restricting protected rights. This approach strengthens legal consistency without creating regulatory chaos. Law-abiding citizens may see fewer arbitrary or unclear firearm restrictions. Some location-based bans could face stronger legal challenges. Permit systems may now undergo closer constitutional examination. States must justify licensing rules with solid legal foundations. Courts are required to use consistent standards nationwide. This reduces unequal treatment between gun owners in different states. Uniform interpretation helps stabilize firearm law enforcement. At the same time, this ruling does not mean unlimited access. Reasonable rules can still govern firearm ownership. Background checks remain constitutionally acceptable under current standards. Licensing requirements may continue when properly supported by law. Safety-based regulations are still allowed within constitutional limits. The court emphasizes balance between rights and public safety. Restrictions must be narrow, justified, and legally defensible. Political arguments alone may no longer support firearm laws. Judges now play a stronger role in reviewing regulations. Lower courts must follow stricter constitutional guidance. This ruling encourages careful and disciplined lawmaking. Gun owners gain predictability rather than sudden legal shifts. States face pressure to refine their regulatory approaches. Overall, the decision promotes stability within firearm legal systems. Constitutional discipline now shapes the future of gun regulation. What happens next? The road ahead. This ruling opens the door to new lawsuits nationwide. Major legal battles over firearm laws are now expected. States must decide how to respond to increased judicial scrutiny. Some states may choose to rewrite existing gun laws. Others will likely defend their regulations aggressively in court. A few states may wait for clearer Supreme Court guidance. Each option carries legal, political, and financial consequences. Lower courts will play a critical role moving forward. Judges must now apply stricter constitutional standards consistently. Conflicting interpretations could send more cases upward. Several disputes are likely heading back to the Supreme Court. Future rulings may further define constitutional boundaries. Legal uncertainty will continue during this transition period. Lawmakers must anticipate stronger judicial review than before. Courts are becoming central players in firearm policy debates. This shift places constitutional analysis above political arguments. Gun law debates are entering a new legal phase. That phase will be shaped by courts, history, and constitutional limits. This Supreme Court ruling did not end the gun law debate. Instead, it reset how the debate will move forward. The legal landscape around firearm regulation has clearly shifted. Coming months will reveal how states choose to respond. Some states may adapt their laws to survive scrutiny. Others may resist and prepare for extended legal battles. Courts will determine whether this ruling becomes lasting precedent. Future cases will test how strong this decision truly is. Legal clarity will develop gradually through additional court challenges. Gun law interpretation is entering a more defined constitutional phase. Clear, fact-based updates will matter more than ever now. Staying informed helps citizens understand shifting legal realities. This story's impact will extend far beyond courtrooms. Its influence on America is still actively unfolding.